Men can never be thoughts. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Okay, today we're going to be talking about why men can never be thoughts. All right? As I go through the comments, and I'm starting to notice a lot of more women are watching my videos, I'm starting to notice that women say, well, what about the men? Well, what about the men? The men could sleep around. The men could be these bad things as well. What about them? Why you never make videos about men thoughts? Because men can't be thoughts. All right, and I'm going to explain this in a way so you understand. I have did videos about this before, and I've explained it in my telegamy video. All right, when it comes to a man and a man is constantly putting off DNA. DNA is constantly leaving our body. Our scent is constantly leaving our body. Our DNA is constantly leaving our body. Which is why, like, if a woman does a murder, it takes longer to find her DNA than it does a man. Why? Because a woman is constantly holding on to DNA. So, when a woman walks around every day, she's absorbing all the smells. She's absorbing everything that's in the air, all the bacteria. Every man that a woman sleeps with, she keeps the DNA of him onto her. Every time that a man ejaculates inside of a woman, her body can separate the DNA from the sperm. She always holds on to the DNA. That's called microchimerism, and it's called telegamy. All right? What women don't understand is that it's worse for you to sleep around because it's doing more damage to you psychologically and emotionally. The only reason why women feel like it's okay to be equal as a man is because that's a form of brainwash. They want to be equal, but they don't necessarily have the physical attributes to be equal. Men live logical lives. Women are so hormonal that they live life based off of their emotions. So there's always going to be different reactions, even though at times women can be smarter at situations than men, but typically only to a dumb guy. So, why we don't make videos about men sleeping around? Is it a double standard? Is it a bias situation? No, it's not. It's to the simple fact where men are naturally going to have a high sex drive at a young age, which means that a lot of men are going to sleep with a lot of women. It's natural. It's done that way in the animal kingdom as well. But when a man gets around 30 years old, he starts to wisen up and he doesn't sleep with that many women because his sex drive becomes less due to his knowledge and wisdom of life. Men that can be turned on by any type of sexuality after the age of 35 typically is broke and don't have anything going on with their life. The less money a man has after the age of 30, the higher his sex drive is going to be. That's typically amongst poor people. Poor people have high sex drives because sex drives release dopamine. When you're poor, your body, your mind, your soul is constantly tensing up. So when you have sex and you go to bust that nut releases dopamine throughout your body, so you don't feel the pain and the headaches of the stresses of life. So understand, the more misguided and the more poor a person is, the higher their sex drive is going to be. Which is why when men get around to 30 years old, they start thinking logically of the type of woman that they're supposed to be with. They start realizing that, all right, if I'm going to build a family, if I'm going to build a home, if I'm going to have kids, I have to have a woman that thinks a certain way. But in order for me to appreciate this woman, she has to be pure. I don't want to be able to look at her and see a lot of men, or feel like she's been with a lot of men, like she's giving something away. That's what men don't want to do. Men don't want to go out, mature, become the best version of themselves. They go out, grind, work hard, make a lot of money, become a provider, become a dominant alpha male, and then he wants to take care of a woman, but the woman that he's taking care of is going to do more harm to him than good, based off of her previous experiences with other men, not only psychologically, emotionally, but physically as well. The warring out to her body, the warring out to her mind, body, and soul. Due to the fact that women are hormonal creatures and they live life based off of emotions, when they get scarred psychologically, it ruins them for the rest of their life. Due to the fact that a lot of guys are hormonal now, when they get scarred by these women at a young age, it's ruining them for the rest of their life, because men and women psychologically have switched roles due to technology. The frequencies, the colors, and everything throughout the phone is what changed men and women around completely. But you still have a natural reaction biologically. All right? Psychologically, it's making you hormonal as a man. It's making a woman more masculine as a woman. When you start doing more masculine things, your body is going to be more tense. You need a higher sex drive, which is why a lot of women that are in the gym, they have high sex drives, because they're doing masculine things. Everything is off balance, but the most damage that's been done has been done with women who sleep around. Those are proven facts. A man can sleep around with 100 women and still be able to pair bond with one for the rest of his life if he chooses to. But if a woman sleeps with 100 men, she's gonna go the rest of her life confused and pretty much draining the soul of anybody next to her. And if she doesn't have anybody next to her soul to drain, then she'll start taking her own life with drugs. The more women sleep around, the more cigarettes she's gonna smoke, the more alcohol she's gonna drink, and the fatter she's gonna get. The older she gets, the older she keeps going. And then when she gets to the point where, oh, you're just like a man, cool. Shake all that weight off at 40, like a man at 40 can. Shake all that weight off at 35, like a man at 35. That's the difference. Men can get better with age once they learn the wisdom, but women are gonna naturally always live life based off their emotions. And when their emotions are scarred, they're screwed. And this is why a woman cannot sleep around, and this is why men can't be thots, because their reaction to sex affects them differently. All right? This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you was able to get the message. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. My videos go to my Patreons before they come here. Hasta la vista.